Hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
Welcome. Oh. Stream. I hope you are having or had a wonderful day. And it is time for, you know it, it's Wednesday, my dudes. That means time for Pink Shiny. Hopefully soon. We are 97 eggs into potential shiny Magby, and let's continue where we left off. And James, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Hopper called you a coconut thief. Well, are you a coconut thief? Oh, by the way, you've played the update of Animal Crossing New Horizons. Did they at least change a lot of the dialogue, or is it still the same dialogue over and over again? Because that's one thing that I don't really like about the latest Animal Crossing installment. The fact that, I don't know, it seems to me that the dialogue repeated more often than it did in the past games. Again, I could be wrong. It does feel like it though. Makes you want to play the original again. Which, no, that's not Wild World. That's Animal Crossing population growing on the GameCube. And if you really want to get technical, Animal Forest on the N64DD. But I don't have an N64DD. Why would I have one? Dialogue has changed slightly. Like, you notice the difference, but not all that much. Was Wild World where Hopper called me a coconut thief? Oh, it was in Wild World. Hey there, Major XL. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Hopefully all is well. Rosetta is now your favorite character. That is definitely something. But yeah, from what I've seen from the newest update, he seems to be actually helpful now. So that kind of makes my old countdown more obsolete than it probably already is. Even though, no, Porky is still... don't like Porky. And that's an understatement. And, well, the Duck Hunt dog, you can beat smash his face in Smash Bros. So that's actually, that's a nice addition. And, I mean, yeah, there's worse characters now also that I played more video games. So if I would redo the list, it wouldn't look the same. Yeah, apparently Resetti is pretty good now. Oh, right, the music. Alright, I got another playlist. First one is Nintendo songs to listen to on your pink Wii U. So, enjoy that. And number 98, the very first Magby hatching, and of course it's not a shiny. Shiny will be golden, not pink. It'll be a pink shiny once it evolves. And that's what you're seeing above the currently hunting glitter text. I'm okay, just about to go to the dentist. Oh, gonna see what's going on, if I have an abscess or if it's an infection. Oh no, oof. Oh, those things hurt like hell. Absolutely horrible to go through. So I hope it's nothing too bad, and I hope that you don't feel it too much. Oh boy. I mean, to be honest, who likes going to the dentist? I don't think I know anyone who does. Although it is very important. Oh wait, I have my legit Chinese box open. That's definitely not the one where the eggs should go. Alright, eggs 1. There you guys go. There you go, guys. Well, like that. I know my grammar isn't grammaring lately. Alright, number 100. Like I said, remember all the flowers and custom designs I had everywhere? Never had time to spend all day getting rid of it all myself, so Rossetti did it in 30 seconds. To be fair, back then I was like, why are you putting all of these weird custom designs on like every tile on the ground? Isn't that like just too much? I mean, it was your island, so I guess you do you, right? But I remember you having that weird Marshall, is it Marshall, that white smug squirrel with like someone else's face superimposed onto it, and it was really weird, and you had that design all over the place, and it was like, why? I thought you were just trying to troll people flying to your island, I don't know. But that was, I mean, you do you, right? But that was kind of an eyesore, not gonna lie. I have two cranky characters in my world town, Hopper and Rolf. And they both called me Coconut Thief. The dialogue seems the same. I mean, they are the same character type, so they, or personality type, so they are gonna share the same dialogue. And thanks to person giving me the hearts, I appreciate it. Took Tylenol and the help with the pain, but still feel the pressure. Ugh, yeah. I mean, tooth pain in general can be so bad that even with pain medication it can still hurt like hell. Marshall enrolled, yeah, that's what it was. You were trying to troll people, oh, okay. Because it was like, do you really want to see that every single day? It was like trolling my eyes, actually. Again, you do you, it was your island. But I take it that they are not there anymore. Thought in the GameCube game characters had different dialogue even if they have the same personality. No, same personality, same dialogue, but it also depends, of course, how the friendship meter is with the character that you're talking to. And just in general, in the GameCube version, they were much ruder and they would say some really crazy things sometimes, which I really miss that kind of Animal Crossing. The modern one is just so Pinterest, Instagram friendly, and it's so sanitized, and oh, they are all happy and they don't say anything bad. In the GameCube version, like, one just straight up says, I don't like you, you look stupid, go away, you're annoying. And I mean, to be fair, sometimes they were really rude, right? Especially snooty ones. They could be like, why? As a child, I never befriended the snooty ones. Or at least I was really annoyed at them because they were so mean. They were pretty much bullies and keep saying, oh, you don't know anything, or oh, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're fat, etc. pp. And it was, I mean, really freaking rude. Thought in the GameCube game. Oh, wait, I already read that, duh. My island is super empty now, need to redesign it all. Reset this, put all my furniture and items into storage. Oh, they extended the storage space too, no? Didn't realize it was gonna do it. Looks like I haven't done anything at all. Done anything at all, as in, like, the island looks like it was before? Is that what you mean? Was it Monica or Olivia that you didn't like? It was one of the cats. No, I liked all the cats. It's just I used to have Olivia in my GameCube town, and I really wanted to be friends with her, but she was just so freaking mean and rude. And then she moved away, so... Monica? Which one is that again? Let me check. But no, I can't really think of a cat villager that I don't like. At least not... Ah, Monique! Okay, no, I don't have a problem with Monique. Oh, she's Monica in English? Really? No, it says Monique. Oh, Monica is a wolf, actually. Not a cat. Hey there, Jason Harris. Welcome back to the stream. How are you doing? You brought your charger to work? Didn't forget it this time. I also forgot to do stuff today, so I will definitely not judge anyone for forgetting stuff. I've been forgetting to call certain places for a freaking week now. It's always a, oh yeah, after lunch I'm gonna call, and then it doesn't happen. Although I'm wondering if it's like a subliminal thing in my brain where I'm not realizing that I'm trying to avoid it. Even though that doesn't really help me, right? You do need to make that phone call. That's just the way it is. I don't like phone calls if you can't tell. I always interrupt people. I never know when it's my turn to speak. I just don't. I'm really bad at that. I just can't. And I've had training and in sessions with how to spot it, but I just can't. I think it's really hard. Island looks like as if I just started the game. Okay, so that's what you meant. Obviously still have my house and villager houses, but that's all on my island right now. I don't know what I want on my island. Alright, so now you gotta go through inspirations and what you could possibly maybe do. You got the characters mixed up? Okay. But yeah, there's no cat villager that I don't like. Tom Nook charged me 1.5 million bells to double my storage. I misunderstood and thought he meant double the size of my home, which I wouldn't mind paying 1.5 million bells for. Yeah, it really sucks because if you've... Alright, have you played New Leaf much? Because if you play the past Animal Crossing games, you get more space. Not in every game, but in New Leaf, you know the room in the middle, like your main room in New Horizons. Every room in New Leaf could be that large, like the attic, the basement, the room to the left, the room to the right, the room if you go forward. Like all of them could be that size. And for some reason in New Horizons they thought, nah, we're just gonna keep them really small. So you can barely have anything in them. I mean, I think they're really too small to have a great theme going. And that's just so annoying. Why would they take away stuff? There's also so many furniture series that they took out for no reason. And also some silly things that I like because they were silly and weird. Now it's just, as I said previously, very Instagram friendly, very boring, sanitized. But yeah, half a million bells, or 1.5 million bells, that's a lot. I mean, my storage space is mostly clothes. Alright, 108. I mean, that's a good thing. The storage space was always a big problem that I had, because I'm such a video game hoarder. So that's actually a really nice change. I like that they increased the storage space like that. That was really a good update, but again, not keen on the crafting. I think that's just a personal thing of mine. I said the same thing about Legends Arceus, where crafting stuff is part of the main game, but I just barely crafted anything. So I was playing the game pretty much the wrong way, but I just... Okay, sorry, that was my phone. I don't know, I don't like having that being shoehorned into every single game. And I just saw that as oh yeah, Minecraft, the kiddos, they all love Minecraft, they love crafting. So we gotta have crafting now, which I guess, I mean, they did a good job, right? With how it's done and all, but still. Then you gotta look for resources again, which, okay, for Animal Crossing it does fit. It's just I was missing the 2 alpacas from, what are their names again? The 2 alpacas from Animal Crossing New Leaf, where you could custom design furniture, and you can put crystals on them so they look even flashier. It was really nice. And just, I hate it when Nintendo just adds things to games and then they're like, oh, okay, now we're not gonna reintroduce that for some reason. Which that is annoying. Pokemon does it all the time. We get cool stuff, cool new features just for that feature to not return anymore. Which, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Cyrus and Reese, that's their names, thank you. They are, again, called different in the German version. And in French, also called different, although I haven't really played Animal Crossing in French that much. I suppose I could. I mean, I do understand French, right? Alright, number 111. 111. No. Just noticing. He has the Vodafone logo on his stomach. So yeah, I did have internet problems recently, so I really hope it stays that way. Thinking of Vodafone. I really do, because I saw them working, like workers opening up the ground again, and I was, oh boy, because the bridge where I live close to, that bridge has to be redone. And yeah, usually when I had internet problems, it was precisely because they were opening up the ground and you know, doing some, maybe by accident doing something with the cables, and then the internet got shut down. Or like the other one where I had a freaking electricity cutout where suddenly all went dark. And that was during a stream. That was kind of scary. I mean, scary, I'm not afraid of the dark, but it was just me streaming. I think it wasn't even half an hour, and then suddenly everything went out. Had pasta last night, I'm still craving it. Well, that's fair, pasta is good. I had recently had pasta too. I mean, to be fair, I eat pasta at least 2 times a week. I'll blame my Italian heritage for that. But it's just so easy. Pasta's easy to cook. I mean, you gotta be an idiot to not be able to cook pasta. You can combine it with so many sauces, with so many other dishes. It's just such a jack of all food. You think you're dying? That's quite dramatic, Jason. Because you don't get pasta? Alright, next egg already hatching. Hey there, Jana, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? I thought you wouldn't join us because eugenics is out. Which, again, I don't blame you, right? I know exactly how it is when something finally comes out that you've been waiting for I don't know how long. You crave the nudes. Well, not nudes, but the noodles or the nudes. Yeah, pasta is just wonderful. How was that meme again? It was four things, and then one of those you can never eat ever again. And pasta was on there, which, can't choose that. Bread was on there, which, okay, I should eat less bread since it's not, considering how quote-unquote unhealthy it is. To be fair, I don't eat like massive amounts of bread, but maybe still a bit too much. And then there was rice, which no, I cannot give up rice. And then potatoes, like, no, I don't want to give up any of these. 100% game of the year. Only 9.2 hours a day. Or day one. Yeah, that's some rookie numbers, Shauna. You're gonna push that up a little bit. Now I'm joking. Found really good carbonara when I was in London. And I've also recently craved a carbonara, and I ate that at the Italian restaurant when I went out with the amateur astronomer pals, and for some reason I was craving, like really craving carbonara, and really only carbonara, nothing else. Really weird. Yeah, the noodle. I knew it was. I know it was noodles. I was just joking around, being silly again. I'd avoided carbonara for ages because for some reason I thought carbonara was gonna be spicy. It's kind of the opposite of spicy. It's very creamy. It's actually really mild. But yeah, I think you were thinking of all'arrabbiata, which literally translates in Italy to angry. Yes, they say angry pasta, and that means spicy pasta, which is really funny. Like, for example, tortellini all'arrabbiata means angry tortellini. It's that very spicy sauce. Oh well, maybe to some of you it's not very spicy, but to people like me it is. Come on, I had to work today, so I only played until 5 AM. Yeah, that's fair. But I'm glad to see that you're having fun with the game. I knew that immediately when I didn't see you in the last stream. I was like, yeah, man's gonna enjoy his new game. I know what's wrong with me. I'm just craving carbs like a pregnant woman. Maybe you are a pregnant woman. I'm just kidding. Probably not. But yeah, I also always, when I have a craving like that, that's usually where I do another test to see if maybe the contraceptives failed. I mean, they're not 100%. Like, they don't work 100%. I don't think anything would. Well, except for abstinence, naturally. But yeah, I've just had a carbonara crave lately. Specifically carbonara. Really weird. And to be fair, the carbonaras that I tried in the different restaurants was pretty good. I think I should order it more often. Usually restaurants in Luxembourg do a good job on the carbonara sauce. And I'm saying that as someone who has eaten in Italy, and let me tell you, if you eat a good pizza once in Italy, all the other pizzas are disgusting in comparison. So you'll ruin your taste, and like you'll become snobbier in your taste. Hey there, Ahmed, welcome back to the stream. How are you doing? I hope YouTube die. Well, even though that would not really be good for my channel, but sometimes, I mean, I do understand your sentiment. Yes, it worked. I can cuss again. Alright, let's see if this time you're gonna get censored or not, but Ahmed, I swear I set the moderation to none. I have enough blue wrench people here, which I just noticed. You're not blue wrenches anymore, you're now... It's more like a blue shield. Eugenics has an all-time high of 83.8k players. Holy crap. Excuse me, what? And the angry pasta is the best pasta. I swear, it's a pizza arrabbiata also means like arrabbiata means angry. It's just, that's how the Italians call something spicy. It's pretty funny. Yes, I want the angry tortellini. No, it isn't. Now that I've tried carbonara many times. Confuse it with arrabbiata. Yeah, that's not how you write it, but I don't expect you to be able to write Italian. If you don't even know the language. And I'm, like, I don't even really know the language. I mean, it's A1, but I can't even really speak beyond really easy sentences. I always learn speaking. That's always the last step, but my reading has improved. I can actually read some newspaper snippets in Italian, and I pretty much understand everything. Well, thank goodness I know French too, because so many words, or just in general grammatical structures, I can just infer from French. That explains the mother bearing hips. Mom hips. Jason got the Pixar mom butt. Where should I go for carbonara in Luxembourg? I mean, I can't even tell you where specifically because every single carbonara that I ate in restaurants was good. I could even make you one. But the one that I make is more the northern Italian style. Naturally, because that's where my nonna was from. The ones in restaurants is usually the southern Italian version, which is also good. I mean, sometimes we make carbonara at home. Keep having a recurring dream where YouTube gets shut down? Ahmed, what do you think about that? I'm excited. Tomorrow I'm finally going back to Baghdad and going to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament. Oh right, that's tomorrow, right? I think you said something about that being this week. Going to have fun, and on Saturday I'm going live with a friend playing Don't Starve together. Yeah, with that friend that you recommended me. If she's streaming tonight, please do. Sometimes I forget rating people. I should really stop doing that. What's different in northern carbonara? From the way I understand it is the kind of cheese that you use in the sauce. Wait, let me check the recipe that I have. How I always, or at least how I was taught by my nonna, bless her. Not there with us. It's been a while. 2011 was where she was, you know, where she departed this earth, let's say. I didn't have as much of a relationship. I mean, I still love her, right? And I still love her now. But it wasn't like the relationship I had with my maternal grandmother. That was really, she was one of the best friends I've ever had. We were on one wavelength. We understood each other. We were fantastic for each other, and really. Alright, so the right, I think in the southern one they still use the egg yellow, like, so when you cook eggs you have the egg yellows and the egg whites, right? I think they still use the egg yellows, while the way I've been taught is to separate the egg whites and only use the egg whites for the sauce. And I think we use different cheese. But I've been told by other Italians that the way I make the carbonara is not the real way. I don't know if that's just a southern Italian who says, no, that's not how you should be doing it. I don't know, I'm just doing the carbonara like I was taught. Alright, more eggs. So yeah, I use Parmigiano Reggiano. And I think they also use pancetta. I don't know, I don't put olive oil in my carbonara. And I think the southern ones do. But I do add garlic. I think that might be the difference. Again, I could be wrong. I don't know what happened, but the file you sent me is exactly... Maybe Steam has some issues with the friend list. Yeah, I just realized the thing I sent you was like a screenshot where I circled the thing where I wanted to add you as a friend, but it said we are already added. And for some reason that really didn't go through. No idea. Oh, she's not going live tonight, I see. Alright, let's put you here, and you here. At least Magby eggs hatch rather quickly. I think it was Ice Cube where it took such a long time for them to hatch. Funny story, Israel lost Eurovision. I know, after they tried to pay money to win, imagine. Which is cheating. Literally, Israeli people went on the internet bragging about paying for money for Israel to win. Imagine bragging about cheating. Unironically. And they still lost. Yeah, they could have just given the money to me. Basically tried rigging the tournament in their favor and still lost. Yeah, that's like a massive fail. That's not one failure, that's a double failure. You're gonna take pictures of the tournament and record yourself playing? Well then, good luck on the tournament. Is that like, was that not the serious tournament where you can actually win something? Today is 6 years since COVID was discovered in China. Are you serious, James? COVID was known in 2019. That's why it's called COVID-19. Did you forget about that? I think the first cases, if I remember correctly, of COVID were in like September to November 2019. That's where the news outlets started to talk about it. How do I get cheating? We were doing a math test in class and it was an online test, so I can call the name of the paper, just copy and paste the answers. Well, that's a bit too vague. What do you mean? Math test in class. It was an online test. A math online test. So you found the original paper? Okay, well, that's on the teacher, because the ones that I always had were the teachers, or well, the professors made them themselves. Don't know about, to be honest. Well, kinda wanted to throw you a bone, but it is what it is. Steam doesn't want me to then. I mean, I can still... Oops, that wasn't my intention. I can still try again, but yeah, it is weird. Like, it says, on my end, it says that we are already friends, which obviously we would be. I mean, we used Discord before, way before I even started streaming, right? So... But then again, Discord is going through some heavy times lately, if you haven't heard, with the facial recognition that they want to push, and the pushback that people are having now. Like, so many more people than ever are now looking for alternatives to Discord. But then again, I wouldn't want to have Discord, like, have my personal information like that. Especially with the leak that happened recently. It's a serious tournament. I'm going to another tournament which I'm going with money to win on the line. Since a friend said if I finish in the top 8 I would get $100. Oh, that's a lot of money. Well, let's see if you're gonna get the $100. No way I would win with Black Wings. Well, let's see. If you don't have a meta stereotypical deck, then, you know, Confusion Fu is a powerful thing. It's actually a like a legit strategy. If you confuse your opponent because what you are pulling is not what they are expecting, that can work. I've done it in Pokemon back then in Black and White Online, where I had the hidden ability Seeking with Lightning Rod, and I just confused people, and that's how I won battles, because they were like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, electric type that goldfish out of there, and then nope, immune to it, and I get boosted. And they just did not expect that, because no one uses Seeking. No one. Wasn't a real exam, was practice test before the real thing. Ah, I see. Oh, Steam, you said. Oh my god. No, I think on Steam, probably not. I'm so sorry. I thought you were talking about Discord. My bad. No, on Steam, I have a different name. It's Pink Hypergiant, but I almost never use Steam anymore, so I don't know. I mean, I could add you on there if you want to. You accidentally retracted your own comment? Today is 6 years since they officially named it COVID-19. I meant they didn't have an official name. But why would they name it COVID-19 when... Wasn't it... I remember reading the name COVID-19 already in 2019, so that's what's confusing me. And I was wrong, actually. I was like, maybe we shouldn't be panicking about it. It will probably not come here. And then, well, I was wrong. How wrong I was. The fact Israelis cheated and they were bragging about it is a different level of low. Yeah. Honestly, I genuinely can't help but ask myself, do these people have humanity? I mean, what they're demonstrating lately, I'm asking myself the same question. Obviously not every person from Israel, but yeah, shut up people who call me anti-Semitic. I'm not anti-Semitic, I'm anti-Zionist, which you should be too. No ethnic states on this earth. There should be none. Also added a card to my deck that will surprise everyone. It's called Destiny Hero Blood, or Plasma in the English version because of censors. God. It's an extremely powerful card, keeping it as a final resort. If I'm pushed towards my limit, or beyond your limit. Is that the one that you were describing yesterday? Destiny Hero Blood? That sounds like something you came up with. That sounds very Amity. I do like your new name, Ahmed Dork Soul. As in Dark Soul, but Dork Soul. It's pretty funny. It's a good pun. Alright, number 131. We're getting closer. With the cutesy music. The pink girly Wii U music, apparently. Although there were no pink Wii U's, and Wii U isn't really a nice console. That was definitely the console that was collecting the most dust. I played it for a while and then only played it for Smash Bros. And that's it. Like literally the game that I played mainly was Smash Bros. And the rest, I don't know. Very fitting music though. I'm on a pink bite and it's glittering, yay! It's actually the name in Japanese version, and it's a card so powerful. When it's summoned, he literally negates all monsters. Oh, it's nope, your monster effect will not work here. Okay, it's that one. Opponent controls, which basically is cutting water and food in my opponent. Especially, I can imagine, not knowing that much about Yu-Gi-Oh, but especially I could imagine when your opponent has a deck that is built around effects. I would be willing to bet that there are a lot of decks in the meta that pretty much only work on, like, by using effects. And if you just say, nope, nothing's gonna happen, no effects, then you essentially negate the whole core strategy. Power move. If you don't use Steam much or play games from it, then no need. Just thought you get into the dark alley and offer some cats. No, actually, I mean, I don't want to never use Steam again. That's not... But yeah, I could maybe get... I mean, I love cats, so... Mutagenics. Alright, have you guys ever played Dwarf Fortress? Talking about Steam made my brain go, oh yeah, Team Fortress 2, that's the first game you played on Steam. That's what I got Steam for, so I could play with my then boyfriend, now husband, and my brother, who is still is, I would say, a really good sniper. In every shooting game he's playing, he's a sniper. And then I thought, wait, Dwarf Fortress, that's a game that I don't see getting streamed much. And it's a crazy game, it's just so much, it's like D&D or any pen and paper game, like pretty much anything can happen. It's mostly, like the graphics are very simple, but it's not about the graphics, it's about the text and what happens, and you can literally have a a dwarf that becomes a pro wrestler and then dies because a magic snake has bitten him, and then he gets resurrected by another dwarf who is a necromancer. Stuff like that just happens, like, randomly. It's a game that almost no one talks about, but it's very, very fun, and I think a lot of you guys here who like D&D anyway, I think you would like Dwarf Fortress as well, and I think it's free, the game. I haven't played it in very long, but I do remember playing it on Windows XP and Vista. Second effect is can steal one of my opponent's monsters, which is also pretty broken. Use them as an equip card and block gain half of that monster's attack. Yeah, that's the one that you... Okay, so it is the same monster that you described yesterday. Because those descriptions are very, very familiar. If you want it, it's yours. Yu-Gi-Oh! Revolts by 90% around monster effects, so negating them all basically kills any hope my opponents get. Oh, okay. So it's even more than I thought it was. Damn. Oh, you played Dwarf Fortress. Because I was thinking, maybe I should stream that, because it's just so crazy. I should definitely reinstall it on my computer. I haven't played it in over 10 years, and I should definitely play it again. I got some crazy memories playing that game. But I never got far, because it was always something crazy happening, and then the dwarves died. Can't help but love Blood because he's literally based off Dracula. He has the most badass design. He's sick AF and his attack name is badass. It's literally called Bloody Fierce. I wonder why you like that one. Truly a mystery. You'd watch Dwarf Fortress? I think that would be a neat idea, actually. I don't know if many people's... Because I could be streaming modern games, but I don't know. I actually want to stream games that I like. I mean, it was fun playing the newer Pokemon games blind, and I did, and that was fun. But I was thinking, like, the old school Animal Crossing, other games that barely get... Like, Pets never get streamed. Like, why? It's an interesting game. And I mean, there's gonna be some time slots that will now open up. To be fair, a lot of it is gonna be the DS. So Platinum. Yeah, Platinum. If I finally get around with the RNG manipulation for Leaf Green, I still haven't gotten around to doing that. Yeah. Another Kirby track, Green Greens, and so many variations. You played the old oh yeah, I played the old version. There's a new one where you have sprites and not weird symbols. Oh no, I played the symbols version. So, oh wait, I just googled it on my phone. Yeah, it looks so much different than what I was used to, which I guess that's fine. But yeah, I played the version with. Where it was pretty text heavy and it was pretty much looked like an old DOS game, essentially. Will and always will forever be a management game first. Yes, that's what it is. A dwarf managing system. Oof, yeah, big oof. Yeah, I played it when it was really... I mean, I don't remember when it came out. Oh, apparently there's a... since 2022 you can actually buy it, and that's the definite edition. Oh, I see. Yeah, I played it in, like, even earlier than that. I played in 2009. I think that's where I first played it. Because a really nerdy person suggested me play it. And then, yeah. I made my memories, and that was realizing that that was a really long time ago, and it definitely will look different now. I do wonder if it completely plays different as well. Yeah, August 8th, 2006 is when it came out. At first. But yeah, it's essentially a management game that's actually... And also in a way it's a god game, right? Where you're looking from above and you're kind of hoping that your civilization of dwarves won't get killed by a random wrestler. Or what did I get? A zombie wrestler or something who infected all the others? And for some reason he was a zombie and a wrestler, so he could infect all the other dwarves, but he was also very mobile, which that was the worst of both worlds. Crazy things like that can happen. I hope they didn't take that away, because that was the fun part about Dwarf Fortress. The crazy things that could happen, like so many weird things. I know the one time I showed it to my then boyfriend, now husband, I think some dwarf moms were being annoyed by their babies and they ate them, which the hell? It's a crazy game. Yesterday I was writing some fiction, wrote one of my favorite final words lines. As in a, I'm gonna die now, or... Yeah, you wanted to tell me about your new fictional writing progress, and you got censored by YouTube. Come on, lady, cross your arms. Come on, Magmar, make more babies for me. There we go. The I'm gonna die lines, oh, I see. Keep talking about this new husband. I think I'm gonna have to tell your other husband. No, it's the... No new husband, it's the one that I have now. I don't want another one. But sure, go tell Cosmic. No, my then boyfriend, now husband. I mean, we've been married for 6 years, but we've actually been together in I could say maybe January 2010, but we were more like dating, and I was not trustful towards boys my age. So we were more like dating, and I was seeing if he really meant it, and he did. And like officially we were a couple on the 10th April 2010. So a long time ago. But yeah, in terms of dates, I think it's more 2nd February that we celebrate more. That's now our Valentine's Day pretty much. I mean, yeah, Valentine's Day is cute, I guess, but it is very corporate. Roses actually become very expensive during that time. I don't need to wait for Valentine's Day to get roses. Or I don't need a day to honor our love that we have. For the concept we have... No, concept, not concept. Context. 2 characters, one is called Grimborn, artificial humanity, a form of AI that tried to copy human emotional sides rather than logical side after it was developed to be a super advanced AI that can surpass humans' intelligence. Oh, we're heading to sci-fi territory now. Oh, I like that a lot. Because fantasy, yeah, that's fine. But when it comes to sci-fi, especially the harder it gets, then I'm like, ooh, mama, that's what I like. Theoreticals, hypotheticals that get thought through, and especially when I see a writer really answer the questions that everyone has, or I get to see their point, what they think. That is just a thrill of the best sci-fi in my opinion. I don't remember who said the quote, but there was one who said a wonderful quote. I keep saying it, repeating it. A good sci-fi writer does not predict the car. A good sci-fi writer predicts the car jam, traffic. And that's just so true. That's what I especially like with really good sci-fi. If it predicts things really well, or just it goes with something, doesn't even really need to be realistic per se. But if it really predicts the consequences of that thing really well, and it goes into that, I really like that. That really proves that the person writing this is not a buffoon, and he, you know, there's synthesis happening in that brain. Would maybe even say that's more important than having the best idea. Because I constantly see the same ideas in sci-fi, which that's fine. But sometimes the ideas are used differently. Like, for example, the Fermi paradox, right? Enrico Fermi, a very famous, maybe even one of the most famous astronomers ever. He was asking, where are all the aliens? If the universe is so large, where are all the intelligent civilizations? And there's a lot of sci-fi stories or universes that try to address the question. And there are many possible answers to that quote-unquote paradox. Well, for example, the three-body problem universe postulates that it's, the Dark Forest, aliens are evil and they would much rather destroy you before you even get to act in the first place. Which that's fine, although I don't agree with the premise. I actually believe that the more intelligent something becomes, the more benevolent it will be in the long run. But still, the writer did something with that idea. And then we get really freaking cool concepts like dimensional warfare, where they essentially reduce the dimensions in the universe as a weapon. Which is really freaking cool. Grimborn was made by the Duke to kill our main characters, yet Grimborn early forms kept studying everything and collecting information about his maker and his target, and he gets to the point of understanding that serving someone who seeks power and murder will result in the destruction of the person who seeks that power, since power consumes itself eventually. Yes, that's... I see, so... That'd be interesting to see if Grimborn can develop the logical side that it didn't copy on its own, like independently. That would evolve. That would be a theme that I would commonly see, but it's not about how rare your idea is. It is what do you do with that idea? How does it affect the characters? How does it affect the universe, the setting? That's what is really interesting, at least to me as a reader. And also as someone who builds worlds themselves. Alright, number 147. Nope, still not shiny. I think I have a nickname for my shiny. Ends up leaving the underground where he was made to wander the wasteland, a land full of simple-minded people. Yet the emotional he starts learning from those people, slowly helping them. Oh, okay. And then he learns even further. I mean, I'm saying he. Again, I'm not forcing you to write more female characters, but that is a thing that a lot of women don't like when every single fictional universe is a sausage fest. But again, it's your story, you choose whatever you want to write. Of course, it's easier to write the gender that you are. Learning that sometimes all it takes to gain joy is to help the ones you love and be at the side of those who you love. And then he develops love. AI coming of age story. Also a nice theme. Oh, resume a day. Okay, so no gender. Or genderless, or something in between, whatever. Yeah, I mean, with robots or AI, I always assume they don't really have a gender. Or like, why would they have a gender? I mean, it would be interesting. There are sci-fi stories that I've read, novels that I've read, where AI develops a concept of gender on its own. And then it chooses said gender. All these people saying, oh, sci-fi shouldn't be woke. Well, those don't understand what sci-fi really is, because I don't think there are more left-leaning worlds than sci-fi world. Especially the harder you go, they tend to be, not always, right? Not always, but very often. Very quiet music. Come on. Do it. Do it. Cross your arms. Come on. Cross them. Come on, Ditto and Magmar. Get it going. Do the deed. There we go. You know what I find funny in eugenics is male, female, and undefined, which we call a Ditto. Yes, they exist in that game. Laughed so much. So they have a third gender. How progressive. Take care, Omnifolks. Alright, Jason, thank you so much for being part of the stream. I always appreciate it, and I wish you a good night. Sleep tight. Do not let the bedbugs bite. Although I don't think you're gonna go to sleep now. I think you're gonna go to work. And yeah, see you in the next stream. Grimborn eventually learns the Duke's heart is full of raw hate. Or the Duke's heart is full of raw hate and anger. So they think they must change the heart of the Duke, for they believe that killing the Duke will only consume them with the same desire to kill the Duke. What a wonderful... Oh yeah, right. Yeah, that's... I see how that character would reach that conclusion. Oh, there we go. Okay, that was weird. Some Pikmin music was playing earlier, but didn't really work out. You see the hideous creature that came back from the Shadow Realm in memes? This guy carried a hand in that run, made a random friend, and he has now grandchildren that are wizards. Okay, that is pretty crazy. But now I know that, thank you. Driving home from work, no sleep for about 8 more hours. Are you gonna drive 8 hours? Wow. That's a long drive. I'll be safe out there. One of the grandchildren is called Vegeta. I didn't choose the name. Okay, I have a Beerus as well. To be fair, I think I would... Or did you mean to type Vegeta? But yeah, I would find it funny. I do know someone who... I mean, we're not pals or anything, but he has a... he acquired a Sphinx cat recently, and it was kind of... Not purple, but pretty close to that color. And he called the cat Beerus. I mean, yeah, naturally. But damn, 8 hours, that's a long drive, holy crap. For me to drive to northern Italy, that would be like 10 hours. Oof, that's a long, long, long road trip. Only about okay, okay. 45 minutes, yeah, that's totally okay. It's only one, okay, I see. That's what you meant. Alright, have a safe drive home, regardless. Alright, still no shiny. We are at 152. That goes really quickly. And now make that 153. Brimborn design is simple. Long, yet very creepy. Not crappy, I think. Creepy machine with a brain attached to wires inside a water container. Brimborn's face is a mask that looks like a plague doctor's mask. Oh, is that not like... Is that your second character who has a plague doctor mask? Which I don't mind, right? If you really love that design, then go for it. Just asking. I think I remember you describing a character with a plague doctor's mask, but maybe that character isn't canon anymore. You changed the canon a little bit. Which, yeah, sometimes characters in your mind change. I've had that happen to my my universe as well. Some even changed drastically, and some even got ditched altogether because the universe changed so much that the character just, there's no place for that one anymore. So the character got killed off screen, so to speak, without the people even knowing. So with the universe that I've been writing on since 2009, there's a human character. She's a astronomer. She's in her mid-30s, and she has really long red hair. And in the beginning, I wanted her to be the anti-Peach, as in there were 3 guys who were really humans also, who were really in love with her, and always tried to rescue her, or I don't know, take her away like Bowser does with Peach. But she would always, like the main protagonist would always try to save her, but she would always save herself. But that was at a very early, like that is 2009, 2010, and since then I completely ditched these characters because it just doesn't fit in the universe anymore. But I mean the redhead scientist is still there. Just changed her family name and her outfit because I mean my husband always drew her with a lab coat, but an astronomer doesn't really need a lab coat, to be honest. When Grimborn gains humanity, they actually remove the brain and put a heart took from one of their friends' dead body. Oh, there we go with the grimdark writing. Put instead of the brain. Never had a character with a plague doctor. Oh, okay, so... Oh, wait, I think that was from Kaiser Kamazin, actually. Or was it someone else's writing? Well, never mind, then dismiss what I said. Had a character who has to do a lot with crows, but not a plague doctor man. He just happens to have crows. That's all very based. I like crows. I mean, not my favorite animal, but definitely in the top 10. Especially... I'm now at the stage where when we eat at a restaurant, they come inside. Some of them, at least. To check on us. That is amazing. Like, they get bolder and bolder every time. I think at one point, maybe, hopefully, one will land on me and then I can say I have a wild crow that landed on me. I mean, who can really say that about themselves? I'm hoping that I'll be able to feed them by hand soon. For now, they're still a bit too scared, which I get. I'm a big animal to them with forward facing eyes. I think I'm gonna. I come across as like those titans in Attack on Titan to them, so pretty creepy big naked ape. And they're birds, they're neophobic. They have to be, or else they die in the wild. But maybe I'll get to that. They do fly closer and closer. Sometimes mere centimeters away from my face. That actually scares me. I don't like when they do it. I mean, I laugh because it's funny, but like I don't want to get spooked by them like that. Damsel in distress, but since we're progressive here, she's strong enough to save herself. Like an anti-Peach, that was the idea initially. Like she would always make their attempts moot. Like the anti-damsel in distress, but like, okay, what is the point of her being an anti-Peach? It just didn't work with the rest anymore. Give them time, they will sooner or later be in your high. Yeah, that's what we were joking about recently. My husband and I, like, oh, are they gonna, when I open the windows, are they gonna fly in? I don't know if Shriva has told you. I took her recently. I took her to the spot where I always feed the crows, or one of the spots. I have multiple. And they are really, like, they're flying really close. Also, like, above the car. Like, centimeters away. I don't like it when they hop in front of my car, because, no, I don't want to accidentally run over a crow. That would be horrible. So I don't really like when they're doing that, but... yeah, the flying really close to my face sometimes get really... scary. I'm just looking in the other direction and then suddenly, bam, something black just inches away from my face suddenly. When Grimborn confronts the Duke, Grimborn says, "We have finally evolved and I'm here to guide your heart to the same guiding darkness I found within this broken world that you would to destroy, or you wanted to destroy." No, she didn't, but I heard something about a cat cafe. Oh yeah, that's where we're gonna go next. There's a really nice cat cafe in Germany. Very close, like in Trier, basically immediately behind the border, so it's really nice. Food is good too. Grimborn challenges the Duke to a game of chess, which the Duke agrees to, and wins after cheating the game. Oh, the Duke cheats, of course he does. Duke says, "I can't say I am sad to see my hard work go to waste. After all, you are worthless." To be fair, how do you cheat in chess, though? He'd need to do a illegal move, and if the opponent knows enough about the chess rules, then they would immediately know. Every pawn we use in this game is the same as every minute I wasted making you. Oh, reason you suck speech again. But man, that Duke is an a-hole. Alright, next. Relaxing and chill Animal Crossing music. Now going for more chill music today because that's what we're doing here. $161. Alright, next one. Alright. Come on, I can feel it. I have a good feeling about tonight. Well, let's see. No. I think this is... Wait, hang on. Yeah, this is the 9 PM track from the GameCube Animal Crossing, which I've barely heard as a child because that's usually when I had to go to bed. Yeah, my parents... I mean, today I'm happy about it because it's not really that great as a child when you're just in front of screens all the time. Cheats because the Duke accounted to Grimborn going against him when making him, so he made sure to make a device to make Grimborn make mistakes on Ah! Okay, that's how he cheats. Okay. Well, at least gotta give that to the Duke. He seems to have some kind of long-term planning. A lot of evil people seem to be completely unable to do that. Those mistakes can go from killing himself or even doing things against his will. Jeez. Like a fail mode built in, essentially. Right, that's gonna be a lot of Magby's and I have to wander trade away again. Not looking forward to that, but well. Nope. I swear the DS capture cards can come quickly enough. I mean, it's up to my brother to do the thing now. I don't want to... That feels really bad and just really arrogant if I would annoy him or constantly remind him because, I mean, he's paying for it now. Which I should be grateful in the first place, but yeah, that's gonna be... I'd much rather play Platinum than Shining Pearl. I mean, I'm gonna finish Shining Pearl, right? That's what I promised to the viewers, but man, I'm gonna be happy once that's over. I wish I was this good with actual bike riding. That's why I didn't like renting a bicycle in the Netherlands, even though the Netherlands are the city, or not the city, the country for bicycles, but oof, everyone is, and especially in Amsterdam. The flow is so quick, you gotta be so careful. And I mean, I can ride a bicycle, I'm just not good at it. Took me a really long time to understand that. Like, I was 12 when I first was able to ride a bicycle, and all the other kids, they mocked me because they could already do it at 4 or 5 years old. But then again, maybe I should have mocked them because I could read and write at age 2 and they couldn't. Nah, it's okay, you shouldn't mock people for things like that. You shouldn't mock people for things they can't control. Duke wins and decides to use the device to force Grimborn to go and murder every human they befriend. Oh no, don't tell me that happens. Grimborn forcefully kills over 30 plus people who are just poor. Oh no! Oh, the tragedy. You like writing tragedies, right? Not saying that's a bad thing, it's a whole genre in and of itself. And it can be really powerful. I mean, in a way, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul are also tragedies. Tragedies. At least I would put them in that category. They have a lot of tragic stuff happening. Oh man. That Duke, though, he deserves a punch in the face. Hey there, Berry Monster, or should I say Brownie Monster. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Non-Yanan? No, that's not canon, or is it non-Yanan? Did you get a pinkish orange Mac baby yet? No, I'm still on it. Well, it's gonna be golden, or like orange golden, and once I evolve it, it will be the pink shine that we all know and love. Hope you're doing good. We're now 168 eggs in. Still nothing, but it's still early. The Grimborn finds their old brain and decides to merge their heart with their brain to find a middle ground, and they decided to challenge the Duke again. This time he won't fight, rather he made a... Oh. What did he do? Does he off the Duke? You're doing well, fine and swine, alright. That is good to hear. It's a very calm chat again, very calm stream. By the way, Jano, are you doing the little miniature figure things again? Machine called Zane, which used to fight the Duke, this time abandoning some of their beliefs in peace. Oh, in peace even. Implying emotional evolution. There's no brown in the air unless it's much. Right, you're berry monster now. No more brownie monster. We became a bit more healthy. Brownies are tastier, but well, you know how it goes with food that is the most tasty is also the least healthy, usually, not always. Darn you, nature. Still there, James, or did you fall asleep? Not really, there was some progress in Beastman, but didn't paint now for 2 days. Self-explanatory for sure. Yeah, I know exactly why. Don't blame you, though. I don't know if you're the kind of guy who also plays a video game while watching or listening to a stream. Some people hate that, some people love it. Kinda tired today? Ah, I see. Yeah, I bet that takes a lot of energy. I was also... Today was a lazy day for me. I should have called a specific place again, and I didn't. I'm kinda angry at myself for forgetting to do that. Zane challenges the Duke as the Duke laughs, saying, "You brought your adorable toy to kill... Then let me introduce you to your old brother." Oh, there's an original Grimborn 2.0, a version made purely to kill. Grimborn 2. Grimborn beta version. Oh, you're still there? Oh, you're multitasking on Animal Crossing. Fitting that we have Animal Crossing music playing in the background now. If I had a second monitor, yes, I'd do it again, but I'm a pleb with a single monitor. Maybe next month, finally, I get a second one again. Are you looking for something large? Like a large monitor, or is a small one okay? Yeah, once you go multiple monitors, you never go back. That's definitely true. Next one, 172. Alright, continuing. And also, as a reminder, this Friday... no, not this Friday. It's this Sunday. No, not Sunday. Saturday. There we go. This Saturday is Valentine's Day, and I'm gonna be doing another, like I did it in the last 2 years. I'm gonna be doing a RNG manipulation hunt after a long while again. I was missing those. And it's gonna be Love Disc. So, well, first on my French Emerald, and then I think I'm gonna switch to my German Ruby. I can get star and square Love Discs. Shiny, of course. Double stuffed brownies with peanut butter and caramel interior. Oh. With the addition of crunchy exterior within one of the layers. It's not like Big Bag Slop, but you can have it at the table. Alright, I don't need the caramel. I am, funnily enough, not a caramel fan. Fight ends up being close, but it ends insane being close to destroyed by Grimborn 2.0, only for the original Grimborn to let the original attack kill them instead of giving Zane enough time. Oh, to finish off Grimborn 2.0 at the cost of their maker's death. The noble sacrifice trope, I see. Don't have a second one now since I still have the old computer, a monitor, and it has an ancient connector. Couldn't use it anymore with the 3060. Oh, I see. Got that thing as HDMI. Otherwise, I would be giga-effed. Okay, because I think my brother is still selling a monitor of his, I could ask if it'd make a really good price for you. Pence, really? I'm down to pay 150 to 200 for a second one, nothing more. Yeah, I'll ask. I'll ask him. Any size that shouldn't be like any minimum or maximum size? I did want to sell our Yu-Gi-Oh cards that we had as a child, and he did say no, I still want to keep him, so I assume he's gonna play Yu-Gi-Oh again. My girlfriend left a note on the fridge. It says, "This isn't working anymore." I opened the fridge, it works. Oh. Oh boy, who's gonna tell him? Grimborn's last words are, "I wish to shred what little grace I can give to this world off my body, and I wish that once I am dead, you can bury me in the long-lost forgotten memories of your heads and hearts, for I am unworthy to be your graceful memories." That sounds very Amity. As long as it can portray 100... Oh yeah, 1920 by... That's the standard. Guess I need a newer model because of the connector of the... Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll ask him and see if... he has 2 monitors. One he gifted me. Honestly, maybe I'm thinking if I really... Do I really need it? I don't know. Might actually... Instead of mounting it up to my wall, might give it to you. But yeah, he got a new computer and everything. But then again, must be nice. He got it through the company and pretty much paid €0 for the computer, for a really new computer, a really good one. Because you can set that off on your taxes, which is the reason why my husband soon would need a new PC. The one he has is pretty starting to show its problems, or its age rather, and well, with the way things are going right now, with RAM prices just increasing, if we do create what we're gonna do this year, if we do open up our own company, then we can do the same thing. Then you can set it off by your taxes, because you would use the computer for the work for the company. And then I'm also gonna copyright it seriously, the story and everything that I've been writing on. Because if you do that private, that's also okay. You don't need a company to copyright something. But if someone steals something from a person, that doesn't get taken serious as much as from a company, unfortunately. But well. If you want, I could help your brother learn how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like a pro. Always happy to teach Yu-Gi-Oh! Since I found out I'm a good Yu-Gi-Oh! Teacher. I mean, I guess that's what he's doing. I don't know why else he would want to keep the cards, because I asked him, are you sure? I wanted to sell them, because they've been lying around for so long, and he said, actually no. I took them now, and I assume he wants to play again. But yeah, I can ask him if he wants to be taught. The Duke, angered seeing his creation destroyed, ends up turning tails and would leave completely. Turning tails? Am I not braining right now? Is that an adage that I'm not aware of? Oh, that's another GameCube theme. I just, the GameCube Animal Crossing, definitely need to stream that one of these days. It's just, the vibes are completely different. Very silly, sometimes a bit too mean, but it doesn't get boring as quickly. And the weird isometric view is also interesting. Display ports, man, I hate it. 3 of them and a single HDMI. Why is everything always changing and so expensive? Yeah, I know, right? I hate that I have to use the HDMI port with my computer. I really love it. It's an amazing computer. But unfortunately, the only way I get an image is through HDMI, and it needs to be the HDMI port that's close to the graphics card. All the others don't work, which is, oh, come on. I'd rather be using VGA, honestly. Maybe that just shows my age. What did the Proton say during the fight? Let me at him. Let me at him. Jeez. Are you fabled phantom now, Berry Monster? That's the story I wrote for the second Grimborn. Actually has a major role in the story, other than this side role in the side story. Turning tails, running away is a term for coward. Oh, right, it is. Sorry, due to my autism, and I'm being serious about that. I have problems with adages and figures of speech. To bullies, it's not what do you mean, but why do you mean, cause why do you mean so? True. Man, that's why I don't miss school. Like, no more bullies. I know that bullies can also exist at the workplace. But right now, being jobless, well, I'm not getting bullied anywhere. And to be fair, nowadays, I would not let that go. I wouldn't let that just be. What do you think was the old cable in the second monitor I had? VGA? God bless VGA, that's the OG. Hope you find the story to be cool. I wrote yesterday when I was eating my breakfast while listening to music. Oh, when I listen to music actually helps me the most with inspiration. Music gets my brain really working much quicker. I don't know what it is. When it comes to creativity, music just really helps. But yeah, so far I do find it cool, but this is a synopsis of what happens in the story, right? I'm not reading the story itself. One time I bought a graphics card thinking I had 4 HDMIs, but it was 2 HDMIs and 2 DPs. Wimpod is the turntail Pokemon. You're right, that it is. I now just realized, wait, you've already read that term, that adage. Find the dialogue nice. I did watch guide videos before writing them, make sure I have some knowledge. Yeah, I would also, I mean, you've already watched Better Call Saul, but if you want good character development and just character writing, those shows are really good. Essentially, if you want to get good at writing, you need to dissect the media that you consume. You need to see, can you figure out what the media is about, what the writer meant? Or can you pretty much reverse engineer the story? And if you can, if that is an easy process for you, then I would say you're ready to write. Like to write as a full writer, quote unquote. But again, let me ask, it's gonna be a form like a comic or more like a visual novel or a novel? It's more obviously, but I chose to keep the best part development and slow character gaining humanity to be in the book for when I fully... Okay, you said book, so I take it's a novel. Because what I'm gonna write is gonna be comic manga. Because it does, I mean... There are usually hard sci-fi can only be found in novel form, in book form. But with the thing that I'm doing, I definitely want the visual aspect to be important. Especially, I mean, I married a cartoonist, I married an animator, naturally I'm gonna be asking him to be a part of this. DVI was my worst enemy growing up. Turns out there's like 3 different types of yeah, I know. It's so annoying. First flat screen had a DVI cable built in. I had to use a VGA convert. Oh my god, VGA, DVI to VGA. But yeah, I'm also not really a big fan of DVI. For some reason, these had always had problems. Always. Intent on making a novel. I want to make sure if I get enough money of my books, I will use all the money in making a video game based off those books. Oh, interesting. I mean, video game is gonna be the hardest medium to make. Video games need a very large budget and a large team. Except if you're like Toby Fox and you can do everything by yourself, but let's be honest, that is pretty rare. Not saying you couldn't do it, but that would be making the sprites, doing the programming, doing the music. Toby Fox is rather the exception, I would say. Yeah, the thing that I'm writing was actually meant to be a video game, but, well... Yeah, it's not gonna start out as a video game, definitely not. That's currently not possible. But hey, keep on dreaming. Dreaming is good, actually, I think. Would you self-publish, or are there any publisher? Like, would you write it in English? Or in Arabic? I know it's hard, but I'm okay if I wait until I'm 80 to do it. That's if I live till then people like to do things slow and steady because it's never late. Yeah, true art should never be rushed. That's true. But I set a date for my my thing that I at least publish it before 2030. That's what I set for myself, because I've been doing this for since 2009. Okay, a lot of it changed. Back then it was more of a contemporary setting, and the animal protagonists were the pets of the scientists, and that has completely changed because they are the scientists now. So a lot of, and it's in the, well, I don't know if in the 6000s, that's not really far future, but it is the future. So that, like, a lot of it changed from compared to 2009. Funny thing, the first thing that actually got stuck, or not stuck, but that got finalized is the logo and the name. That never changed. That actually stuck around. That's what I wanted to say. Stuck around, not stuck. It's already in English, and I would make it available both in physical and digital because I want everyone to access my work. True art should be available for everyone. That's very base, damn it. And yeah, that's also what I'm thinking. I mean, printing costs are gonna be a bit high, but I could also release it digitally at the same time. But yeah, our idea was it to have, like, try different comic formats. There's the Western comic format, which is different than the manga comic format, not just like no colors and the way it's read. One is read from left to right, the other is from right to left. But also like hard book covers, or hard covers, and the cheapest one being black and white and on recycled paper, because I wanna incentivize also, like, I wanna have people with not that a lot of money that they could actually be able to afford reading my story. So there's gonna be a very cheap version where it's printed on recycled paper, so the paper's gonna be pretty brown. That's actually where pulp comes from, if you ever heard the term pulp comic or pulp stories. So that's gonna be the cheapest to buy. And then there's, of course, fancy hardcovers that are also colored and all that. That's gonna cost more. Already worked on my game idea based off of my story, made bosses, ideas and story, timeline, unique aspects and ideas. I made it myself. That's where my thing changed the most, because a lot of them, was built up like a video game, because that's what I wanted it to be. And a lot of these characters completely changed, or they became like, they're still there, but they're not a boss anymore. Never read any comics at all. It would feel so weird. Manga is where it's at. I mean, I would feel bad if you'd buy it from me. I think I would gift you one if it ever gets printed. So I'd give you the manga version then. It's funny because I'm not even an avid manga or comic reader, yet I do want to make a comic. I mean, to be fair, would be even better if it was animated, but for animation as well, you need budget. I mean, my husband can make that, right? But we need voice actors, and I don't want to use AI. Not at all. I only want humans to work at it. Not joking when I say spend over 5 hours every day past 10 days just daily working on my game idea. Yeah, I mean, I believe you. But I'm just warning you, maybe be okay with the fact that it will never be a game. Because I also thought a lot about, like, even a competitive aspect of the universe that I'm writing. You know, competitive gaming versus gaming, and so many game modes that I even like the user interface. I really thought about everything, but yeah, it's not gonna be It would work as a game, it would also work as a movie, it would work as... Yeah, I try to make it as platform free as possible, if that makes sense. As in, it could work as potentially anything. Also a novel, but I don't want it to be a novel. I do want that visual aspect to be part of it, because it's important. And, I mean, already all the other hard sci-fi is in novel form, and that's also a bit of a problem. I mean, not for me personally, but a lot of people don't know these stories, or they don't know... They can't really visualize such post-scarcity futures, because it's all behind novels, and some people just have aphantasia, and when they read something they can't really picture it in their head, which I don't blame them. And if I have a comic and they do see the world, then they can actually... You know, they know what they're... how it works or how it looks like. I have a reason to make my game. It's not money, not success, but rather the people who supported me and said I have cool ideas. I'm willing to burden myself with that exception. I mean, I'm hoping for you that it's gonna be possible to make a game out of it. Do you already know which genre it would be? I think I gotta say thanks to the game Kirby Squeak Squad, or I guess Mouse Attack as it's known in Europe. Because that inspired me. That I played that game, and that just gave me a very great dream, and the basis of that dream is essentially that story. I know, oh, it got revealed to me as a dream, ha 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 meme, but I swear people have that. I have that a lot. Some ideas that I got via dreaming. If you're like me and you dream every single night, then yes, odds are at one point you're gonna dream something like that. That's actually a good idea. I also dreamt some things where I thought, wow, that's a great idea, and then I woke up and was like, wait, no, that doesn't really make that much sense. Don't know why, but I'm so used to reading right to left. The other way around doesn't feel natural at all. Well, yeah, if you are used to reading manga only, then... But it is kind of funny. I was also making comics as a kid. Like, you know, I was drawing everything. Like, even as a small child, like, I still have that one where oh god, how old was I? I was not even in school yet, and I was, oh god, so many, not typos, but I misspelled so many words. Was about like nothing really happens. I guess it's a cat that runs outside and gets spooked by things, and that was that. And so many words being spelled incorrectly, but I mean, can you blame me? I didn't even have classes. I've no problem sacrificing my kidney to make my game. I'm willing to go beyond my limits because I don't intend on failing their expectations. It's going to be an RPG roguelike with some Souls element and turn-based element. Okay. Did you say Mass Attack or Mouse Attack? Mouse Attack. Sorry, is my accent thick again? But yeah, Kirby Mass Attack is another game. That's true. Although I don't really like that game that much. Unpopular opinion, but I don't know. I played it once and then I never touched it again. Just got really old after a while. And Mouse Attack, or Squeak Squad as it's known in America. It's not a fantastic game, right? But just the metal thing, even though I don't like the metal ability, that just inspired me. I mean, you know, out of all of you, James, you know the most about what I'm talking about. The sci-fi universe. But yeah, I'll copyright the stuff first before I go out all on public with that. And I do plan on, once that gets going, it's gonna be a high Patreon tier, where people get to see what I'm working on. Do intend on finding a studio and potentially a funder who might be interested, ideally an indie studio. Be careful with investors, because usually when you do find investors, they're gonna find things to change. And when you say no, they're just gonna say, okay, we're pulling the investment. Yeah, usually indie studios are not like that. Soon 200x, let's see. 198 now. Nope. Right. I gotta say though, indie studios are getting better and better. They're even getting better than the big ones. That's also another track that I almost never heard, because not a time where I was allowed to be up. No, I'm still a child who's only 19, but dedicated hours of my life to this, and I encountered to countless possibilities and odds. Totally understand it fails, but won't give up just because the odds are against it. Yeah, that's that's the spirit. Just saying, you gotta... It will be unrealistic that a studio will want to work on your idea, because everyone has game ideas, I think. But it's not impossible, and who knows, maybe if the story sells well enough, you can actually fund your own studio, or you can have your own workers working on it. But if you do, please pay them well, and please don't work them into the ground. Alright, more eggs. Alright, let's put you two in here. That music is calming me down maybe a little too much. Gotta still be awake, because can't stream when you're sleeping. Although some people did that, they just filmed themselves like they were sleeping on stream. I don't know why, but oh well. There's always a human doing things. I'm not Vivzy Bob, I don't do that. Or pirate software. It's a funky New Horizons track. Remind me what Wizzy Pop did again, because I'm bad with names. Alright, that previously was egg number 200, now it's 201. Making money while asleep, what's not to love about it? I mean, yeah, in that aspect, yes, absolutely. I don't know, would anyone want to watch me sleep? That's kind of creepy though. I guess there's creeps out there who would like to see a woman sleep. Women on the internet, am I right? Man, that's gonna be long streams then, like 9 to 10 hours, because I'm a sleepyhead. And yet not a shiny. You don't get it either. I mean, I get it when the... You know, these very long live streams where they do a speedrun of a very long game, where you need to be playing it for more than 24 hours. And when they take breaks to sleep on stream, okay. But there were literally people who just slept and they streamed that. Okay, I guess. I don't know, it's a bit... Thinking about it's kind of dystopian. Just some random people in the world watch you sleep. Vivzy Pop is a crazy bee who is creepy AF. She literally pays her artist basically garbage every month. $90 per month? Okay, how much work does that artist do? Because 90 is nowhere near a salary. 17 hours a day? What the hell? Quit artist, quit. $90 per month? That's nothing. I don't make that much with YouTube, but I make more than 90. And I would argue she is working much less than I am. No, wait, let me take that out. I am working much less than she is. There we go, that's the correct one. I'm not pouring that much, like, being an artist is a lot of work. I married one, I would know. So that is just crazy. $90, that's nothing. When I was a kid playing Monkey Ball, sometimes the music would help me play the game better. I don't know how to explain it. No, I do get what you mean. I said that earlier, when I listen to music that I like, that really helps me with writing and getting creative. Haha, artists getting paid, yeah, not in this economy, I know. Hubby is still looking for a job, and they're like, oh, don't you want to do graphic design? Then he applies for that, and it's like, oh, but you're not a graphic designer. Okay, he could potentially be. I mean, he can do that. But of course not. Even though they should be compensated handsomely. Oh, absolutely. Want to be somewhat of one myself. So, but I can't really part with anything I make. Ah, I see. Fizzy Pop is actual work, is also slop. Her stories are trash. Can be considered fan service rather than actual fiction. Hecka can make better story. Oh, she's a story writer. And she has someone write stories for her 17 hours a day? What the hell? That is insane. That is ridiculous. And with writing, I guess if it's like a script for a show or for a comic or big thing, okay, but if someone else is writing a novel for you, that's where I draw the line. Like, that's not your novel then, that's her novel. Or his novel, I don't know or their novel, I don't know the gender of the artist. Fizzy Pop also made art so disgusting. It's a minor having done... Oh, no! Oh god, what the hell? Is that like a whole drama thing that I didn't catch? Vivienne Medrano, is that animator? Oh, she's also a voice actress? Is that her? Director and producer as well? Oh, did she write or participate in Hell of a Boss and Has-Been Hotel? She had drama about that? Oh my god. But I mean, the minor thing, that is a big no-no. Just what goes on in these people's heads? When I see a kid, that's the last thing I think about. I think of protect the child. Or are they hungry? Are they missing their mom? I don't know. That's the thing. Not that. Or maybe they are bored. They want to play something. She made those. Oh, I see. I mean, I've never watched Has-Been Hotel, nor did I watch the other one. Hell of a Boss. The only thing that works for any artist is furry stuff. Actually, and I'm not joking, my husband is actually thinking maybe he should just take furry drawing requests too, because these artists are making some serious money. Hideous fetish content for these people and animation of popular characters being effed. Yeah, I know. Any other artists not really selling? Are they not using AI for that now too? Paid and manipulated by Big E. Big E? You're a hater of everything. Okay, but yeah, what I read here about her. Zoophobia? That's a webcomic. Okay, someone with, someone who, with that kind of money would probably be able to afford more than just 17 hours a day being paid with 90 euros. Or per month, you said, actually. Which is even worse. No idea, no interest. Yeah, me neither. I just realized how freaking asexual I am compared to most humans. People don't believe me when I say I don't consume that kind of content. They say, no, everyone does, but I don't. I just don't. I would actually laugh hysterically if people would be, you know, taking a random going through your Google history. Yeah, go ahead. Do that. You're not gonna find anything really spicy. By the way, Janne, if your husband wants to find someone to work with, my friend is still wanting to work with him. He's already anytime to work with him. Anytime, he's just waiting, actually. Okay, then, which friend do you mean? Unfortunately, my husband is someone you kind of need to tell him that a couple of times. It's the ADHD. Hell of a Boss and Has-Been Hotel are good shows. Have a lot of flaccid imagery and language in them and lots of singing that I hate them all. Is the singing bad? From what I've seen, it seems to be pretty edgy, and I'm not really into edgy stuff for the sake of edginess. Is the friend that one who is also streaming? What's the spiciest thing in my history? No idea. I would have to look. Probably something true crime related. I was looking up to better on, like, I went through true crime cases not because I'm a woman. That seems to be the stereotype, but because that's a good way of, if you want to write a psychopath. I'm not a psychopath, so I can't put myself into the shoes of one, which is a good thing. But like, if you want to write, I want to write one. I'm writing hard sci-fi, so everything should be scientifically very accurate. And that's why I was researching those. Like, there was that messed up. And don't Google that. Junko Furuta. That was, I think, the worst criminal case I've ever. Yeah, that was horrible. That and the toy box killers. If you want to hate humanity with every single nanometer of your body, then look up these cases. It's horrible. Human depravity, like the lowest of the low, just pure evil. I guess that's the spiciest quote-unquote thing in my history. And then again, I wasn't really enjoying reading that, even though I am morbidly curious, but I hate my morbid curiosity. But that's why I'm also writing a story where I have really evil people doing stuff. It's kind of a, I guess it's a coping mechanism. It's good to be honest, but I just don't like random act in my shows. What the F are we, Disney? No solos or duos I want to listen to. I mean, it depends. As a child, I didn't like it, but now that I'm taking singing lessons, if the singer is really good, then I actually enjoy it. I can appreciate it now. His name is Ramsey, and my MU is an American Twitch streamer, super nice, very kind. He wants a 3D design and he makes good money. Oh, okay, so it's not that other friend. Wasn't that one girl who got destroyed and then cemented? Yeah. The one in Japan where she got... Can I even say that on here? I don't think so, but... Wow, what she went through is not normal. Like, that is... Legitimately, I think I said that on stream before. But when I read her Wikipedia entry... I actually vomited on my keyboard. I'm not kidding. That's how disgusted I was. That was absolutely horrible. Like, don't let your curiosity win, please, guys. Don't look that up. It's just... It wants to make you want to destroy the human race. That's how bad it is. It's really horrible. Cannot explain why, but I'm not so faced by anything of these things anymore. It's like another Monday. Well, that means you've been desensitized. Which, yeah, that happens when you read a lot of that. I'm just very empathetic, so it always gets to me in the end. But then again, I know that the world is horribly unfair. I don't let it get to me too much. I can actually deal with that better now. But yeah, that's also why I'm writing the stories, because it helps me. It helps me heal. It helps me put those horrible things into words. Don't look up what I missed what you said. No, I'm not gonna repeat it, James. Just don't look it up. It's a true crime case, like a murder case, not just murder, unfortunately. A schoolgirl in Japan was tortured, I'm gonna put it that way, and then offed in the most horrible ways, and they put her body in cement. And when I read it originally, it was so bad I vomited onto my keyboard. That's how horrible it is. I recommend not looking it up. It's really, really bad. It's not only that's not even the only one that's really bad. Like the toy box killer things, that's also really horrible. Or another thing, I think I vomited at that too. I shudder. I just shuddered. I know you can't see me, but the Albert Fish murders, the letters that he wrote. Like, Albert Fish was a psycho that I researched because he was just completely heartless, to put it lightly. Not only was, doing the evil stuff to his victims, not only did he do that, no, he wrote letters to the mothers of the victims describing what he did. Like, that is just evil beyond anything horrible. And also that made me really awake because my pulse was way up. That's one of these horrible things that you gotta... Well, I guess I don't have to research these things. But again, the villain, the main villain, the big bad of the story that I'm writing is pure evil. Like the most evil I'm trying to, and not just for the sake of, oh look, it's the ultimate evil, but he's like Superman. As in, Superman is not as much of as a character, and he's not as much of a character as he is a ideal or a representation of morally being good or goodness. And I used the same concept and turned it on its head with my villain. He is a person, right? But he's more of a representation of the concept of unnecessary evil and just how depraved humans can get. And that's why I was researching that. I'm done with that now. I don't think I can take no more than that, but unfortunately crimes still happen, and especially the US is full of these efforts. Funny, I don't care about any human happening stuff to most evil way, but you don't effing dare mishandling an animal. Wouldn't you care if it's like a child or an innocent person? Imagine it was you. Imagine it was your child, I don't know, someone you loved or cared. What the F is wrong with me? I don't know, maybe it's a coping mechanism that you... I mean, it's very common. It's not the first time I've read that, where people are abuse an animal, they go super angry, abuse a person, then it's like, eh. I mean, I'm not like that, right? But, yeah. Unfortunately, with the research, a lot, and it's a thing that keeps happening, you keep stumbling across that. All of these really evil serial killers, yeah, usually they start with animals. That's very common. Well, only those I care about, everyone else don't care. Well, I do care, but, well, it's hard being super empathetic, honestly. Drags you down a lot of the time. Being sarcastic about the baby thing, I just love animals. Wait, did you write a baby thing? Because I'm not seeing it. Okay. Message retracted. But yeah, animals also horrible. But to me, there's no real, like, that crazy narcissist who offed his 2 daughters. They were toddlers. That's the case of Chris Watts. That's another crazy case. Family annihilators. And how you can just choke your own babies. It's just like, how sick do you have to be? Like, how many primal instincts do you go against? Like, usually fathers are super protective of their children. That's biologically ingrained in us. And you're just like, oh, they get in the way, I have a side chick now. I don't want to pay for the kids that I have that love me unconditionally. I want to live with my side chick. Let's just kill my pregnant wife and my 2 toddlers. That's better than divorce. That's what he thinks. That's just psycho. Absolutely insane. And it's just so utterly alien to me that people think that way. Like, I'm always trying to at least understand how they think, but with cases like this, no, I just can't. Like, I'm just shaking my head being like, you're a monster, you're not a human. You're a demon. You gotta be realistic, humans are Yeah, I'm not a fan of humans, let me tell you. That's actually a reason why I never played with dolls growing up, because I disliked humans so much. They'll do the most hideous crap to each other. Once you've seen the results a few times, you don't care anymore. This is animalistic, and that's the nature of the human race. Well, to be fair, it's also in our nature to be empathetic and caring. So, the default of the human being evil, I don't really believe that rhetoric. By the way, Yana, can I ask a question about what does the term fence sitter mean? Told you about that person who kicked me out of Discord server. Oh, you mean fence sitter? Is that what you mean? Wait, I'll write it. This? A fence sitter is a term for someone who, like, sitting... It's not the one side or the other side of the fence, they're sitting on the fence. As in, they are indecisive, they can't pick a side. And it's a derogatory term, as in, like, wow, you're a coward, pick a side at least, have some principles. Yeah, fence sitter, that's what it is. Centrists are fence sitters, in my view. Unpopular opinion again, but yeah. But yeah, someone who can't pick a side. And usually not meant in a nice way. You don't want to be called a fence sitter. Now you know what a fence is, right? And someone who sits on a fence. Although most fences aren't really nice to sit on. Why do you have to be honest? I hate this thinking of, yeah, be this or that. No, that's not what I'm... Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. I might actually go out and say that. I'm not saying you have to pick a side. Especially if you don't know enough about a topic, it's actually okay to withhold an opinion. But, like, some things, it's very clear which side to pick. Like, are you fascist or anti-fascist? If you're on the fence on that, like, okay. So you're okay. You think people who just want to live a normal life and people who think other people who are gay should die? Like, do you think those are two equal sides? That's very questionable. Sometimes it's better to not take a side. Okay, but when I say fence sitter, it is usually what I just described, where one side is I want to murder everyone and the other, or not everyone, but like that kind of group, and the other is really freaking reasonable. That person actually claimed to be a historian who knows a lot about politics, so I thought he might have a side. Yeah, he gets his politics from 4chan, probably. I mean, technically, yes, but one is so much wrong. Yeah, I mean, in that case, you shouldn't be a fence sitter, because being in the middle of that is just being complicit. I mean, it's not with all things, right? That's also another very common logical fallacy, the false dichotomy. Not everything is either a yes or a no, a pro or a con, or this or that. Some things are they have a lot of like gradual grace in between the black and white. That's true, but some things are, like with Trump. If you're saying, oh, Trump, I don't know, I guess he's decent, like, no. Just like Malcolm, yeah, Malcolm in the Middle. Did you watch that show? But yeah, the golden middle is not always the golden middle. That's also another logical fallacy. And I hate it when people say, oh, the truth is probably in the middle. No, not always. We should stop thinking that. Sometimes it isn't. Yeah, you did. My brother watched it a lot, but I didn't because I didn't like... Still don't really like sitcoms. But no, my husband is telling me that I should have watched Malcolm. Apparently I would have vibed with him. Him being like a smart nerd. Well, that's what he says, I don't know. What do you think of Malcolm in the Middle? My brother and I watch it. Well, I just said it. I didn't watch it because I didn't watch any... The only sitcom that I sometimes watched was the Will Smith one. And that's it. Yeah, The Prince of Bel-Air, that was the only one that I sometimes watched. And sometimes I kind of watch with my mom if she was watching King of Queens, but... yeah. I don't know, I got bored really quickly with, still do, with sitcoms. Does have a bias towards people he loves from countries, for example. He doesn't like Palestine, of course he doesn't. He also doesn't have much negative things to say about Israel, and he always talks about, oh, the Austrian mustache man. Jesus Christ. Meant to ask you about Malcolm when I was with you, but I forgot. Well, sometimes I watched Nanny when my mom was watching it, but I wasn't really watching it, you know? Yeah, Prince of Bel-Air was the go. I know, I watched it. That's the one that I watched more than all the others. And Nanny. I mean, I always admired Nanny's... the Nanny's fashion style. That was just so good. Oh, and not Super Nanny. The sitcom, I mean. Not the my kids are behaving like crotch demons, please teach them some manners. Not that show. Not to mention, when Kirk died, he told everyone to show respect and sympathy to him because he doesn't deserve death. I mean, it's kind of ironic, isn't it? He was pro-lax gun laws and everything, and he even said on camera, well, the deaths are just things that we have to take for granted, and then, oh, he didn't think it was gonna be him. Wah, wah, wah. I don't know about his wife. She seems to be happier now that he's gone, or is that just me? It doesn't really look like a grieving wife, or widow in this case. Don't get the hatred towards the man. Yeah, sure, if there was something wrong. No one has to... I mean, he was spouting Nazi rhetoric. That is definitely not a good thing. Did he deserve to die? Well, no. But it's just really ironic. He didn't give a crap about little innocent children getting shot, and then he got shot and suddenly we need to respect him. Yeah, what about the children? When I said about Greater Israel, he laughed, saying that's never gonna happen. Like, they literally wrote it in documents. They actually want Greater Israel. That's the scary part. And all that because of the Brits in the 1940s just drawing imaginary lines and just saying, yeah, that's gonna be a country now. Jesus Christ. If your significant other would spout politics 24/7 and be triggered all the time, yeah, I'd be happier myself. I mean, I'm not a fan of Kirk, right? Never was, never will. It's just like, okay, you wanted this? You wanted lax gun laws? You want to have every nutcase in America have a gun? Well then, joke's on you. You are now the victim of that. Example, when I asked what do you think of Free Palestine, he said, Free Palestine, free from what? Jeez. Zero self-awareness with these mofos, I swear. Nothing because of the music. We're talking about murder. Yeah, it's another Infinite Omniverse stream. Nothing new. Also, I didn't need to see that video. I was literally scrolling on Reddit and then I saw the video of it. Like him being shot in the throat. I did not want to see that. But now that's something I saw, which is gore if you think about it. Even if I don't like him like that, I didn't really need to see that. Don't want to be rude. No, don't say it. What do you mean? What was the music anyway? Let me check. The one that... Oh, I don't know. It doesn't have the stamps. Sorry. Like the timestamps with the names. I can send you the playlist though. But yeah, at one point it doesn't have timestamps anymore, which is really annoying. Like, why just not have them? If you're making a playlist, what is the point of a playlist when you don't say what you're playing? Gotta have the whole back. What was about to blurt out? Okay, is it about Kirk? And nope, no shiny. Of course not. Alright, 6 minutes left. Maybe I'll still get it. I accidentally found out what Vor was, same, but not recently. Unfortunately, as a not as a child, but as a tween or teenager, I was just looking up really innocent things on YouTube. And I found a channel called Uvoria, and he made really weird paint videos about Vor, and I didn't even know like that Vor was a fetish. I just thought, what the hell? He has a really weird obsession about people eating people. I thought that was really weird and creepy. And then, in the comments it was, oh, Vor here, Vor this, Vor that. And then back then I was a lot on DeviantArt. Then I typed in Vor and that was a mistake. That was a mistake, I tell you. My reaction, Jono? Disgust. I mean, I don't want to kink shame, but like, that's one of the, I mean, feet, I get feet more than Vor, honestly. Like feet, okay, feet are ticklish, and anything on your body that's ticklish is, at least in terms of neurons, really close to, you know, another specific part of your body. Even though I don't get feet, like the obsession with feet, I don't get that either, but man, that makes so much more sense than Vor. Like, Vor is... First, it's really unrealistic. Like, they're swallowing them whole. And then, like, why do you think it's hot getting digested alive? Huh? What is that about? And I remember, I think I commented that on Uvoria. I don't think the channel is around anymore. Like, I commented that on his channel. Was like, why do you like that? And he said, oh, it's the closeness. But how is that close? Okay, literally close, but not like this. Like, when I want to be close to my husband, I don't want to eat him. What the hell? You were on DeviantArt. What do you expect? I know that one's on me, I guess. Did you know that Vor was when you looked it up on DeviantArt? No, I did not know what it was. I just was like, okay, what the hell is that? Depravity and debauchery. And Vor is one of these things I will never ever understand that. It just makes zero sense to me. I don't even get how you're like getting aroused by thinking of getting eaten. Like that's a nightmare. That's a horror concept. Like, do they think that Attack on Titan is hot? Like, do they think, oh wow, that's sexy? I don't know. I don't want to know, maybe. Man, the things we talk about with the cutest music in the background. Oh boy. Good old Infinite Omniverse stream. Some things never change. Why did you look it up on DeviantArt and not Google? Because the people in the comments of his videos said, oh, DeviantArt is full of it. And I was like, wait, I have a DeviantArt account. Let me check. What is Vor? And then I was like, wait, that's a fetish. Like, I thought it was just a weird autistic obsession or something. I don't know. Some people are, like, I met a person on DeviantArt who was obsessed with the fireflies from the Spyro games. And she would draw a new one every single day. And she would even spam my DMs with like new fireflies, which, I mean, that's innocent, right? But on DeviantArt back then, everyone had like an artist account with a very oddly specific, like really, really specific obsession. And I thought Vor was one of these things, but no. Well, I guess it's an obsession, but like fetish more like that. But yeah, that's why I went to DeviantArt and not Google. Fun fact, actually, it was a teacher who suggested DeviantArt to us to find nice art, and I quote, nice art, yeah. I barely use it anymore. I think I haven't logged in ages. Generally don't hold anything against that person. I just hope he doesn't seek vengeance for what I said. He probably will come for me trying to lecture me about why I'm wrong to teach. Or just block him, because people like that are not worth your time, honestly. They're never gonna learn anyway. They think they're already in the right. When they argue, they don't want to argue to, you know, arrive at a correct conclusion and see the wrongs in their ways. No, they just want to lecture you about how superior they are and how right they are. Of those weirdos running around in their fursuits saying yiff yiff, I can't. I mean, okay, fursuits, I do see furries at conventions and they paid a lot of money for these fursuits. I don't get furries either, but it's like, okay, if they're just in these suits, I guess, but I haven't seen people go around saying yiff yiff yet. Nice art, I could imagine what kind of art. Well, to be fair, and I swear that was what he said. He said deviant art was for art that is deviant from the norm, but because he was a French dude, I think he, like that word is, they also have that word, but dévié. But I think that he was thinking as in art that isn't mainstream and not like from deviants. So yeah, that was an interesting introduction to say the least. So yeah, 238 eggs have been hatched, but unfortunately no shiny tonight, even though I was hoping for one, but oh well, you gotta get lucky, you know? And we're still below odds. Let's see, maybe I'll get lucky next time. Stay away from me. Wash and burn that suit after you're done, even though it's mostly well made and was giga expensive, but still no. Yeah, I don't want to know what they do in these suits, that's true. I mean, go be a furry all you want, but I don't want to partake in that. Definitely not, but yeah, I hope you had fun. We had some crazy discussions again, as always. And yeah, see you next time. Bye-bye!